Well, it's pumpkin and winter squash season, and if you're wondering what to do with your small pumpkins after Halloween, because Sylvia Mayo is going to tell us more about the nutritional benefits and what you can do, recipes, and these are my new favorite things.
The seeds.
The seeds. Sylvia,
Yeah.
welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So first, let's sort of explain the squash family. This is everything that's included.
Oh, there's so many more. There's lots of varieties. These are a few you'll find nowadays in the stores and public markets. So I don't know if you want to go through them right away or...
Yeah, please, tell me.
So this is your typical pumpkin squash. This is the one you'll cook with, not the big ones that we use to decorate. Those you can use as a soup bowl. Use the seeds to make your little seeds there. You bake them in the oven half an hour.
Okay.
But you're going for the small round ones. These are sweeter and the texture is perfect for pumpkin puree.
Okay, interesting.
These are the acorn and its cousin is the heart of gold. So essentially it's the same thing, different color outside. And inside the flesh, this is just a bit nutty, peppery, and this is sweeter.
Okay.
The butternut squash, we all know the butternut
Yes.
squash. It resembles in taste and in texture to the sweet potatoes. So half the calories though, half the sugar and half the carbohydrates per serving. So swap them up once in a while. This one is a butterkin. It's simply a butternut in a pumpkin's body.
Interesting. Okay, so when we talk about the nutritional value of squash, what are they? What are the elements?
So essentially, they're more starchy than the summer squash, the zucchinis, for instance.
Okay.
So you can switch your pasta, your potatoes, your rice for a winter squash once in a while. They're loaded with fiber. So 1 cup contains a quarter of your daily nutritional needs in fiber.
Really?
They're very low in calories, and they're rich in vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin C, in minerals like manganese, copper, potassium. So with all that said, these are not only super good antioxidant foods, but they're immunity boosters, anti-inflammatory, they help regulate your blood sugar level, they help also build strong and healthy bones.
You've convinced me already, Sylvia. Wow.
I know, there's so many good things.
Okay, let's talk about all the good things you can do in the kitchen with squash. Tell me what you brought.
So essentially, you can eat every part of the squash. Here we have the butternut, typical butternut soup.
Okay.
So it's this one turned into a pureed soup. Here it's the acorn I use and the delicata squash, and I just roasted it in the oven for half an hour, 40 minutes, and you put a little vinaigrette at the end.
Okay.
You can eat it cold, hot. This is your typical spaghetti squash that we all know. And what's fun is that, you know, once it's baked, it turns into literally spaghetti strands. This
so
one...
you can just eat it, like, add it, like, can I try it?
Yeah, go. It's very... There's maybe salt and pepper and oil only right now, but add tomato sauce, pesto, and if you want a bigger portion, this is a strippetti. It's similar as a spaghetti squash, so it does the same thing.
And then you could the seeds, of course, never go to waste.
No,
these are I'm telling you, I love them.
I use the seeds from these squash and 30-40 minutes in the oven at 300 degrees Fahrenheit, salt, pepper, oil, or spice it up like you want.
Now, for someone who's never really bought any of this, so like, what's your advice in selecting the right squash, and how do you store it?
Okay, so selecting, it's the same as fruits and vegetables. So you're making sure that the skin doesn't have any bruises or blemishes.
Okay.
Secondly, what's really important with winter squash, you want a dull skin. You don't want it shiny. Shiny means it's either been waxed or harvested too early.
Interesting. Okay.
And you want the stems there. You want them fibrous and hard, dried. That's okay. That's a good sign. They're matured properly.
Okay.
And you want them to feel heavier than their actual size. And to store, because they have a thicker skin, you can just store them at room temperature in a cool, dry place, dark place. They don't need to take space in your refrigerator, and they can last a good 6 months.
Such a nice presentation.
Like for now, when you're receiving, put a nice little basket on the table.
Okay, and Sylvia, while I have you here and it's Halloween tomorrow, quickly, what are some of your healthier options for Halloween snacks?
Oh, I don't really. Okay, well, you can use the snacks we did on the segment. Those are good options.
Yes.
Or you can go buy something with, you know, maybe more natural sources of ingredients, but essentially it's Halloween. It's a treat time, so let the kids enjoy their candy.
I'm not sure they would like the, maybe they'd like the squash seeds.
Maybe swap a few of the candies for the seeds, or little toys or something.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sylvia.
Thank you for having me.
Great advice.